and welcome to the Nautic Nonsense Podcast, a show where the host's opinions are more convoluted than the equity portal. I am Kat Gold.
I am Michael Matadomini. Welcome back to Non-Egg Nonsense for everyone who's listening. I know Michael or Sue is listening. How you doing, buddy? Just checking in. Had to bring you up real quick.
When are you coming onto the pod?
Exactly. Come on, stop playing games with our hearts and all the people's hearts in South Florida that listen to this shit. All right, so today we have two lovely guests. One, my Creed brother here, and his lovely fiance. So introduce yourselves, guys.
Hello, I'm Noah.
First name basis. I'm Ryan Crout. Nice to meet everyone.
Oh my goodness. So
And not in here, I meant like listeners. Sorry.
So I just want to be abundantly clear because we have posted a photo from the first time we got together. We did initially record, and we were also eating so many snacks that the sound is absolutely fucked. So we cannot use that audio at all. However, we do have a little snippet of Ryan giving a lovely rendition of Le Passant that we will put on the Instagram for all of you guys to enjoy.
Yes.
But speaking of that, because we were talking about that, how did the Creed voice come to be, Ryan?
Dude, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I think it happened perchance in Newsies like a few times, and then Mermaid just got really carried away. And we were just joking around backstage. I was like, that's just a weird thing to like put into musical theater, just like creating like 90s grunge, like songs that have no business doing that. Like one of the was Daughters of Triton, for instance. We are the daughters of Triton. Like stupid shit like that. You know what I mean? Like it makes no sense, but it's so ridiculous. And weirdly enough, it catches on a little too quickly.
Yeah.
Michael has been doing it for months. No one can stop him.
It's awful. It's a really bad, like, just fucking Creed infection. Like, I was sitting backstage and I was just like, yeah, fabulous, baby. Ah. And I was like, oh. And I was like, oh, fuck. And, like, I found out that that's the way that, like, Ryan and I, like, we have, like, echolocation now with, like, the two of us. Like, I'll know.
Polo.
Yeah, Marco Polo.
Like bats or dolphins.
Yes. Like I know he's at the theater.
He'll just be like, you call
I call?
response.
Okay,
I'll
here we
just
go.
be like
Sorry, I gotta pull myself together. This shit is so stupid. So I'd walk into the theater and I wouldn't know if Ryan was there. So I'd sit in the dressing room and I'd go, "Hell!" And I'm like, "Oh, Ryan's here."
It's like a weird like battle cry from just like, dude. And the sound guy Dan loved it, dude. It cracked him up so much, and just kind of caught on. And I mean caught on by like there's 3 people that do it, but it's just excessive.
You've always been doing that to songs because I most definitely remember you like doing that always. It's so funny.
Really?
Yeah.
You did it during Disenchanted. You brought Creed into
Yes.
Disenchanted.
No, but like
Yo,
just
Leah Sessa.
music in the car to like songs that he knows sometimes. He's like, "Ow." Oh.
Oh, God.
Well, speaking
All right,
of the
well,
Little
it's-
Mermaid nonsense, like, is that the first show that you two got to do together, Michael and Ryan?
We did Newsies.
Newsies.
Oh, you did
but-
Newsies first.
Right. I was on. We were in the same dressing room, but I was on the AARP side of the dressing room, and Ryan was on like the young guys side of the dressing room. So, like on our side of the dressing room, it was like you can hear a pin drop, and it was like the most calming thing. It was like the only noise that ever came out of that dressing room was me rustling through my bag of Cheez-Its, and like that was it. And then what their side of the dressing room was like a fucking rock
Like
concert. And it was
It's
like
the World Cup.
yeah, it was the World Cup, and they played this game, the Hanger Games, they called it. And they
The Hanger Games. It's awesome.
the Hanger Games, baby. So they would take the hanger, and they have at Slow Burn's dressing rooms, they have that like middle section where all the costumes go, and they would take the hanger and flip it and do a full rotation and try to hang the hanger on like the thing that was holding the costumes, like the rack. And they, every time they missed, it was like, oh, damn, shit. Right. And then they get it on there and they'd be like, fuck yeah. Like during shows, to the point where Karinko opened up the door and was like, we can hear you on stage. Be quiet.
Like, shut up.
I find that so funny that
mad.
that the AARP side was the quiet side, because the people that were on that side are wackadoos. Nothing but wackadoos.
Excuse me.
Holy fuck.
That was a 8-9. That was an 8
That was
9.
good. For the poor people listening to this in their car stereos where they just got hit with surround sound. Jesus Christ.
You're welcome.
Don't be mistaken. That wasn't dubstep. That was Noah.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, guys. I gotta answer something real quick. Hold on.
Jesus.
Sorry, I just had to put this on.
Hello.
Yes, Ernie, dude. Oh my God, Ernie is the best car salesman.
For the people that are not watching this in the audio version, I was allowed to take my Ernie wig home. The Ernie wig is currently on my head.
Yes.
What?
I don't understand. How could they ever part with such a beautiful wig?
That's what I'm saying. I couldn't part with it. They gave me this and I was like, fuck yeah, dude. I've always wanted to be Napoleon Dynamite. I've always wanted to be the guy from Step Brothers. I've always wanted to be Annie. I've always wanted to be Ron Burgundy.
Please be Little Orphan Annie for Halloween.
Jeffrey Merkel said I look like Ice Spice. That hurt my feelings. Like that one.
That kid was so funny. It was so funny.
We'll put a side by side of the two of you.
That's fucked up.
Listen, the sun will come out tomorrow.
Okay. Gosh.
What other nonsense happened in Newsies? I remember a certain story about a walk.
The Sassel? Oh my God, he's got a weasel shirt. Oh my God. This is why you got to tune into the video podcast right here, because we got the content. Mm-hmm. But I was Teddy Roosevelt, as everyone now in South Florida knows. Ryan, what was the name of your character?
Weasel, stage manager, mayor, and Jacoby.
Okay, there it is. So Ryan and I have this lovely bit now that we try to add into shows. Well, like because we're fucking morons. We do a sassel, and it's the same arm, same leg. That's what it's called. So when you walk, it's right arm, right leg, and then left arm, left leg, and you have to walk like that. You kind of look like a penguin with a stick up its ass, but like that's the point.
Yes.
Of the Sassel walk. So I had this lovely opportunity to get Ryan for the final scene of Newsies, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to let him tell that story.
I'd like to thank Michael for this glorious Sassel. Yeah, dude. So it was basically me coming out with the mayor as the mayor and Meta Larkin.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Meta, and we're like, oh yeah, Joseph, we have a guest for you, whatever the line is. I honestly forgot, but then we open, like we're standing like this, and we like pivot inward, so we kind of like leave a path open for Mike as Teddy Roosevelt, and he just waddles on in, Sassel, right arm, right leg, 3 walks, 3 steps, Joseph, and it was out of nowhere. I was so close to breaking. I was so close.
All right, just to give people the full demonstration, I will insert the clip without the audio over this from the original pod of you doing the full sassel in front of the camera.
Yeah, full sassel. Dude, that was so crazy. Because like it's these moments that like these happen, thankfully, that is during like a happy scene, so it's okay to smile. You know, it's not like you're doing something like off-putting in like a sad scene. But yeah, man, that was epic. He tasseled as Ernie right before he got.
Right before I got, I walked out, and I did it 2 nights. The first night Ryan turned up stage because of our trash can fiasco, to go ahead and fix the trash can so I could run behind it. But the second night, I was like, dude, you fucking missed it. And he was like, no, hell. And I was like, no, don't worry. Like, I got you. He was like, we'll get it done. So I walk out, and my first line is, so where to, boss? And I sassled on where to, boss. And he was just like, oh, my fucking
This
God.
guy.
And fucking Franco was like, did you same arm, same leg? And I was like, you're damn right I did. It's got to be added at least once. But yeah, no, that was a good nothing will beat the Teddy Roosevelt sassle, but that one I had to get in there for you.
You came guns blazing, man. That was crazy.
Is this now a bit that you're gonna work into every show, like one sassle per show?
With Ryan, there will be a sassle.
No way. No way.
Absolutely not.
No chance.
Fucking Larry the Lobster sassle, bro. That's gonna go crazy.
Oh my God. Dude.
You both have to sassle. You both have to sassle.
What
there has to be recorded evidence.
I
want recorded evidence of the sassle.
What if that's just how I walk in the show? Mr. Krabs is... Wait, Ryan, can you please tell the story about how you fucking accidentally sassled in Lady in the Long Black Dress?
Yes.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It was the first or second day back from a long break, and we do like this fake run opposite, like, you know, how we normally walk. And I was like, huh, which foot do I step on first? Gotta be right. Let's do right. But then both my hands and arms at the same time. It was so awkward. I'm like, and the second my left arm and left leg did the same thing. I'm like, I have to commit this whole bit now. I'm just doing this whole time. I look like an idiot. But then I came right back into it. I looked like I was drowning. My outfit was also like super big. My clothes are so big too, like this just jacket and pants. Kat Pagano said that from the audience that she thought I was wearing a dress until like I took a step. She's like, oh, pants.
You're just a skinny legend. I don't know what to tell you.
No, that is not the case. I'm weird. I'm like an oblong shape. They're like, your shoulders are broad, but your stomach's what? But your legs are who? And what's your waist? Like, your shoes 13. Like, what are you?
You're just hot.
Damn right.
Yeah.
Had to be said.
I do sweat a lot. You're correct.
We all went and sang at a cabaret, and I looked at Ryan because he sang like a Jeremy Jordan, like just I don't know what it was, but it was so fucking good. And I was sitting there like my jaw was on the floor. Like I knew Ryan could sing, but like that boy sang like capital SANG. And he came back to the table, and I've never felt so inclined to say this to someone, but I got up and I hugged him, and I just went, I want to fuck you so bad. I was like,
oh shit.
Speaking of someone I want to fuck so bad, Noah. So let's.
What a segue.
No, let's talk about. So we talked about how these two idiots started hanging out and stuff and doing shows together. Can we talk about our first show together?
Yes. We did 9 in 2016, 2017? 2017. And we actually met a couple months before that.
Yes, through Thomas.
Yes. Shout out to Thomas. Hello.
Yeah.
Out a couple of times. It was love at first sight.
Yeah.
Over you. And then we started 9, which was a super fun process. Hey, Ryan. What's up?
Ryan, it's okay. I got you, buddy.
Listen, our love story started first.
I'm just hold on. Check the chat out. That was their first experience in 9.
Oh my god.
You have to send me that image so I can insert that.
Oh man.
But yeah.
Yeah, we met through nine. Actually, I think I found out about auditions because of you. So thank you
Probably
for that.
no problem. No, yeah, no. Nine was fun. It was funny because we both got cast in Nine right when you were becoming a Carbonell failure. And then I became a Carbonell failure because of Nine.
Woo! Let's go.
Hell
Yeah, no.
yeah!
Hell yeah,
Hell yeah.
Carbonell failures. Woo!
What was can I just ask, what was your Carbonell night like? Other than us having drinks and taking photos together.
I had a lovely time, to be honest.
Yeah.
Um because I was very young. Like I
Hmm.
turned 21 when like in the middle of shows for Spring Awakening, which was what I was nominated for. Um and Spring Awakening was my first professional show, so I was very new to everything. So I was just basking in the moment, and yeah, in the moment. Um I was just happy to be there, honestly. It felt like such a dream. It was also my first time at the Carbonells. No,
Hmm.
kidding. Second time. Bing bada bing bong bing. Um, and I just it felt like $1 million to be nominated amongst such amazing, talented women that I look up to.
Yeah.
Um, so I had a blast. I really did. I remember that the guys from Spring Awakening, they performed, and it was just so great to like to see them on stage again on the same stage that we shared. It was just honestly like a very, very beautiful night for me. I didn't like it. I wasn't upset that I didn't win or anything like that because I was just I was just glad to be there.
You
Um,
know,
yeah, it was a
I
great time.
knew I knew I wasn't gonna win, so the pressure was off for me.
Mm.
It was I knew I was gonna lose so hard. So like, I mean, yeah, no, I was definitely honored. I got to perform that night, which I think was the best part for me.
Mm.
But also like Carbonell's was like hella stressful, at least for me. Was it stressful for you?
Not at all. And I again, I was new. I was going with the flow, and also I didn't get any of the emails from the Carbonells because they got my email wrong. So I missed a lot of like the little events they had before and like little questionnaires. Ah. But it wasn't stressful. Like I didn't perform, so there was like no expectations of like, hey, like I need to be okay and like in the zone. I was just,
Hmm.
it really felt at that moment that everyone like was making it a bigger deal than I thought it was, and not to diminish anything from the Carbonells. Like I think that's a it's a great thing. But I don't know. It was just like, yeah, like I'm nominated. That's so cool that to be recognized for my work, and that's the way I looked at it. I don't know if any of that makes sense.
No, no, it makes sense. And I think now that I've kind of left the scene down there and I've started doing more stuff out of state and been up for other award systems like in different states, it's not as high stress as it was. I think it was just a lot because it was like all at the same time was um Silver Palms, Carbonells, and Hedwig, and my health issues were happening like all at the same time. So it became like a very compacted, stressful time for me. I mean,
Mm.
I loved performing. I loved performing for it. I think that was my award, was getting to do like the opening number. That
Oh,
was, and I had a gorgeous gown that our costume designer from Nine built for me.
oh,
Um, yeah, no. So that was cool. But as soon as I finished singing, me and Shelly Keeler went to the lobby and immediately started drinking. And then I hung out with Elijah and we immediately kept drinking throughout the entire ceremony. And so then and we were both like, we're not gonna win. And then Elijah won. He was like, oh shit. Like I'm sober. But But I did spend the rest of the evening completely like blotto, just dancing, spinning around, and I'm like Pitbull's Fireball is going off, and like I'm living my fantasy. I'm not even paying attention to like the awards stuff, But fun times. But
Speaking of awards, I recently got nominated at the Lake Worth Playhouse for Best Supporting Actor in a musical for my portrayal as Kurt's dad in Heathers. And speaking of the Lake Worth Playhouse, we're all Lake Worth Playhouse alum. Every single one of us in this
yes, we are.
Lovely call. So let's go around and let's share our Lake Worth Playhouse experiences.
Who first?
Kat started off.
I don't know. Okay. I probably have done the most. I've done the Who's Tommy, Rock of Ages, and Urinetown the musical. So I did 3 shows there.
Noah?
Ooh, okay.
I've only done 1. I recently did Rent last year. I played Maureen. Had a blast doing it.
Let me insert an image of you in the cat suit.
I saw her in that cat suit, and I was like, "Let's fucking go, Ryan!" I was like, "Let's go!" I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Paulette, who played Mother Superior, she was like, "I met your fiance. She's so lovely. She's so sweet." I also saw that picture of her in a cat suit, and I was just like, "Oh, so hot!" I was like, "Right," and I was like, "Can we get that for research or something?"
For memorabilia,
Yeah.
Everybody steals the bra.
For scientific research, scientific purposes.
It's just for science.
Yeah.
God damn it! Yeah, just for science, guys. Just for science. Lord fucking Christ, Ryan, what did you do over there, buddy?
But I did a Rocky Horror Cabaret. That was the first thing I did there, and then I did Fun Home. Rocky Horror Cabaret as like the MD and playing piano, and then Fun Home I was the MD and played keyboard with a 4-piece band. That was super fun. And then music directed Rent with Noah most recently.
Oh my god! So we both done 3.
3 and 3.
Noah and I 1 and 1, baby.
1 and done.
1 and done. Yeah. God, fucking peace and love. 1 and done. That's it. I came in. I made out with Bruno Faria. That's next week, and we got the fuck out of there. But wait, I didn't know you MD'd Fun Home. I had a student in that show. Her name was Violet. She played.
Yeah. Oh my god, Violet was the little tiny one, Noah.
Yeah. Oh my god, she's such a hoot.
She's awesome. A hoot is right. That's the perfect word.
You had a great cast too. You had Aaron. Aaron was in it, and then you had Jamie. Jamie Maddox was in it as well.
Didn't
Jamie
Sabrina
Maddox
direct that?
Yeah.
What a crew they had on that. That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's super dope. We had some good kids, man. The band was fun too, man. Like we were the house music. They're like they didn't play it, so I was like, "Hey, can we play the house music?" They're like, yeah, sure. So we would play just the most random songs. Each night would be different for like 45 minutes. We would just jam to stuff like Animal KK Cruisin', like just like a weird like funky version of KK Cruisin' from Animal Crossing, or like reggae version of Hotel California. And then people are coming in and like, "Oh, what's this?" And then Fun Home, bam, depressed.
Reggae ring of keys.
They're like, wow, oh my god.
Ring of keys.
That's a deceptively hard show, man. That one, because it's like 1 2 2 2 4 4 5 4 9 12 6 8. It's like why
9 12. Oh
yeah, the music is
I'm making up numbers. I
was like, motherfucker,
no, but the music is spicy.
I feel like Janine Tesori was like, I'm gonna try Sondheim-ish something.
It's not Adam Gettle spicy, kind of like time signatures, but it's spicy.
Yeah, it's spicy. I had to tell the cast, I was like, don't try to count anything for the song. Just like feel it. Just feel it. Yeah, it's like, it's 1 2 2 2 1 2. I'm like, I don't know if I can count it. I have to feel it. Like it's crazy, man. Like it's weird. It was so weird.
Now,
Oh my
Noah,
No, but
God.
it's
did you have
cool
any
stuff.
moments in Rent where you were like, I don't fucking know about this?
Yes, absolutely, I do.
Yeah.
And it's not just me, it was like a good number of people in the cast, but I spent the majority of the time there. You see, Rent, and
Mm-hmm.
what does every production of Rent always have? The Rent table, right?
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Boam, bing, bada, bing, bam, bing. Yeah, super cool. We did not have one table for La Vie Boheme. We had three. And one of those three tables is the table where I did my monologue for Over the Moon. I was on the table that was supposed to be the stage. Now, this table was a metal table that is used at like kitchens.
Yeah.
Um, so it was
Yeah.
not
Slick.
Yeah.
Did it have wheels on
It's
it?
not cool.
not have wheels on it.
Oh, thank
Um,
God.
but it was like not metal, like aluminum, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so it bended a little bit one of the nights. The one of the legs of the table completely like gave away while three people were on the table. Because again, this is made for people to be in. It was a table for a fucking kitchen. And I like in my blocking, like I jumped around at that table. Like it was a very physical monologue, and I moved around a lot. That was what we worked on, but I never felt safe in that table. It was such a thing that by the end of the show, my friend Casey, who played Mark, made like a little sticker saying, I survived the metal table.
Oh my fucking God, that's incredible.
It was awful, y'all. Awful. And then after it broke, they tried to fix it. It was not working because the freaking metal came off. And then they decided to like change that table to like a wooden one, a very like sturdier table. And that was the first time I felt safe doing that monologue. And that happened on closing night.
Oh my God. Let me just say those metal tables are bonkers. They look beautiful, but they use them all the time in shows. Like I had to so when I did Chicago, I had to be wheeled out on one. So like all the ladies from the jail, like after they do cell block takeover, I would sit on it. They would wheel me out through like these this through the jail bars, and like I would have to just hope, and it was on wheels. I would just have to hope that the two locks locked, because I would once I got off of it, no one was there anymore. But I had to get back onto it for the button number. And like two nights for sure, I went to sit back on it, like, because it's like in time with the music where I'm like, don't sit. And I slap the newspaper and I do my pose, and like it like slid right out into my hands. I never went to the ground. There were a couple where it was just like, oh, I caught myself once and I had to just stand. The
Yeah.
other time, like, it just like wheeled out from one side. So I just like grabbed it with my hand and kind of like yanked it, just didn't do my pose.
Jesus Christ. No,
Oh,
I've never not felt safe, except for when I did Grease at Del Rey. And like that's not even like that was just me being stupid, like during You're the One That I Want at the end of the show, I had to go up a staircase over the top of the Burger Palace set and then down the staircase. But the way that they wanted to do it was I had to go down backwards while looking at Sandy. And those stairs, I was like, I don't know if I know exactly where I'm placing my foot. So I'd look Danny Zuko would look like a whole ass bitch going down those stairs. I was like, oh, okay, we're good. And then we for the finale, we'd all have to literally wop up loop up fuck. I was I was shoot a bop bop in my way out of that fucking. I was like goodbye, but we all had to sit on the car, all the T-Birds and all the Pink Ladies for the final. You're the one that I want. We'd sit on the car, but there's 10 of us on this fucking car, right? And I'm like clinging on with like my left ass cheek, and like I'm holding on to like Sandy with my one arm, and I'm like woohooing with the other arm. So like it's a left ass cheek, a thigh, and a woohoo hand, and they're like spinning this bitch. Like the car is doing 360s. And they whipped this hose so far around one time that my leg, I went back, and I thought that I was going to get fucking run over by the car because I almost fucking slipped. And God bless Danny DeStasio for being fucking buff and strong as shit, because I fell back and I caught him by the shoulder. And I was like, I audibly, with my mic on, went, ah! and, and he turned around and he was like, "You're the one that I want. You are the one." I just the ending fucking 15 minutes of that show, I was terrified for my life, because if I fell down those stairs as Danny Zuko and my wig fell off, I would have not only killed myself, I would have found a way to come back and then do it again. So it's fine. And I'm bringing it back to moments where I want to fucking die. When I was Ernie, I accidentally jumped a line one night coming out in my fucking second line of the show. I come out and I'm like, "Where to, boss?" And he's like, says something, and then he goes, "Do you want to hear a joke? Or sure, you love jokes." And I was like, "Oh, I do love a good joke, boss." But in my mind, I just was like, "Oh, he said his line." So he went, "Hey, Ernie," and I went, "I do love a good joke, boss." And then he looked at me and he was like, "I didn't ask if you liked a joke." And I realized what I did when he looked at me, and he was just like, and then he goes, "Knock, knock." It skips everything. And I literally almost pulled the gun out from his fucking suit jacket and shot myself. Like I was like 2 seconds. It was so fucking embarrassing. And he came back and he was like, "Hey, you want to hear a joke? You want to hear a joke?" And I knew it was bad when Karinka was like, "Hey, Ernie likes jokes today, huh?" And I was like, "God fucking damn it."
I have a question, Michael, with the car rotating in your left cheek. Was that your introduction to Kegels?
No, it wasn't my introduction. I have a flat ass, so I've tried to, find ways to make it work. So I clenched when the car went around. But I've clenched before and shit. Like when Kat fell down the stairs in Greece, my asshole clenched. But
how many times do we have to mention this goddamn story? I'll never live it down. I almost died, and everyone just loves to bring up my misery. I thought I was no longer on this planet, and you just love laughing about how I went head over heels in my fucking crinoline while I'm singing my song, holding a microphone in a blue out, and like it's just like I'm dead. I'm dead.
Because Kat, the funniest part about that shit is I was like, "Yeah, go Jan," and I turned around and I was like, "Isn't she great?" And then I turned back up to look at you and you were just gone. And I was like, "Where'd she go?" Oh, I was like, "Oh shit!" And then my asshole tightened.
But Ryan, do you have any like crazy stories from the theater?
Not like crazy story. I think like so I'm wearing the shirt. This is Fear the Weasel. My mom got it for me when I played Weasel for Newsies. Very sweet of her. Shout out to mom, Cheryl Crout.
Oh my gosh, shout out to Cheryl Crout. Very nice woman.
Sweet lady. Sweet woman. She's the best. But my character Weasel, it was when they upcharged for Newsies, when they upcharged the price of the paper, and Jack Kelly's like, "We ain't paying no 60 cents for no stinking paper." And my line is, will they make way for someone who will? Simple as that, right? No. I freaked out, blanked out, and we all call it a Weezer because it was like a seizure on stage, but my name is Weasel, so we call it a Weezer. And I completely botched the line. I fed into like the anger part of my character. So I was just like a steaming pot, like a tea kettle on a stove, just like, "Where you live?" And I just started mumbling and yelling obscenities and stuff like that. And I just didn't even have a full sentence. I was like, "Make way when you say it, if you will, when you win it." And I start twitching a little bit. I have my mustache on. The whole cast shifts their head upstage because they don't want the audience to know they're about to start laughing. but I got the entire cast to break on stage. Jack Kelly literally, shout out to Sam Kaju, you're the man. He literally had to shift his whole body up stage, like, let's have a meeting, fellas.
The best part about that, Ryan, is you came backstage and you went, I'm fired.
Yeah, dude. Because it was closed captioning night. The dude typing is probably like,
That's exactly what happened. That was my reaction. I was like, what did he say? Oh,
you were
that's
there
not.
that night?
I was there that night.
Oh, man. Sweet. Oh, my God. That was so dumb. That's it, though. It was like a crazy moment, but it was also like, it was kind of like a highlight because I was able to make the entire cast break on stage. So
that and your beard.
Check
Talk
that.
about the beard.
Oh yeah, one of our first run throughs as Jacoby, they wanted me to have like the full like spirit gun my entire face to put this beard on for Jacoby. Yeah, or like whatever duct tape or whatever the hell they use. I don't know.
Like the toupee tape.
Yeah, and so it's on there, and so I'm like, hey, water for you, water for you. Beard falls off into the tray. I'm like, what? Water for you, water for you. They're like, yeah, we're gonna use a mustache. I'm like, yeah, it's probably best.
The toupee tape is the bane of my existence. Every time I have to do Rapunzel, I have to put 3 pieces of toupee tape on that thing because I'm like always furrowing my brow, whatever, and it's a quick change out of it. I lose a whole eyebrow's worth of hair every single night. You can count at least like 6 eyebrow hairs that just like leave my face every single night when I run into the wings to change back into Mulan. And like it's so bad every time I do it, I get like little patches in my eyebrows.
Cheaper,
like, cheaper
That's
than
what's crazy about the fucking mustaches and shit like that, because like when we have to do shit for mustaches, we can't laugh because if we like move our lip to laugh, the shit's gonna peel off. So we're just sitting there like
Yeah. Ryan takes full advantage of me during this shit. At the beginning of Sister Act, Ernie has a fucking stash. And I remembered one day specifically, I was sitting back there, prepped and ready to go with the show. Mustache gets applied like 5 minutes before I go on. And Ryan comes up to me. He preps for a pirouette and he turns twice, but each 360, he farts right in my mouth. Like on the turn. He was like, prep 1, 2, and then my mustache was hanging on by a fucking thread. It was like wobbling, and I was like, "You dick! I cannot believe you just did that."
It's because the prep was so serious. I was like, "Mike, check this out." He's like, "You're an asshole. I hate you." Like, so I'm wondering for you, for like as Rapunzel, like I know you furl your eyebrow a lot, but like also like how limited were you to be like, you fail?
Oh no, I have to like keep my face very deadpan. Like but that's also why I use so much tape every night, because like a lot of because like Cindy and Snow White can like reapply the same eyebrow multiple nights. I have to do a fresh one with new tape every single night, because even when I'm trying to keep my face like as still as humanly possible, like it will start coming loose, especially if it's like a sweaty night. Because I don't it'll just like go, because it's just like a lot of hair, and then like that it'll start to go, but it hasn't come off. Let me knock on wood wherever it is.
She knocked, ladies and gents. She knocked.
But yeah, no, but speaking about losing hair, Noah, do you want to talk about 9?
Oh my god, what a segue. What a fucking segue. Holy
that was nice. That was a fucking alley-oop.
Non-ek nonsense segue of the year goes to Cat Gold. Holy
That's
fuck.
ESPN top 10.
Let's hear it. This is a classic.
So at the end of Act 1 for 9, all the nuns, which is basically all the cast, because the cast is like 50 women on stage, 1 kid, and Guido. We come on stage. We're little nuns. Yes, so pretty, so cute. We're holding candles. And something happened one night. I don't know what happened. It just happened. Witchcraft. My hair caught on fire. Like,
Girl.
right.
Now you think in theater because we were doing the show for like 3 months. It's a long run. They would not use live candles. They would not use live flame on stage. But no, for the realism, for the surrealist play, they real candle that would drip wax, and so everyone had like tinfoil wrapped around them. I remember that.
Yeah, super professional.
What in the crackhead from 7-Eleven?
It was just basically to keep it from like dripping on your costumes.
Yeah.
You know, like, but yeah, so how did that happen? How'd you get caught on fire?
Girl, I don't know. Back then, I had really long hair. It was very big. It was everywhere. It was too much tits. And I
It's
guess
very good.
I held my candle a little too close to myself. And we are 5 seconds away from going on stage. And I smell it first. I'm like, what the fuck? And I see down and I see fire in my hair. And thankfully, Nancy Clay, shout out to Nancy Clay.
Oh, Nancy Clay.
Noria. We put that fire down really quick, and 0.5 seconds after, hello, it's me on stage. I totally did not go through a thing just now. And then I sang like a child, which, you know.
You sang like a child, and then like kind of getting to Disenchanted with the 3 of us on it, you also had a different child voice. So
yes, I was actually about to bring this up. This was my favorite new addition to the show. It fucking made me piss my pants when she came out and did this shit for the first time. Because when I came to see it in rehearsals, I was like, oh, I'm so excited to see, Noah sing because she's fucking awesome. But I want to see what the fuck she does with this Pocahontas song.
Because it's
and I want to see what she does with the lines. And it was just, I think, Noah, can you just give us and the viewers just a quick little line? Let's hear it.
And now the Princess Complex.
Jesus Christ.
I want that on my phone every time I get a text. The Princess Complex. Fucking.
Sorry, I gotta get this. Hold on.
Yeah, hold on. Give me a sec.
It was really cool because I love doing voices. And then I found out that I could sing with the voice too, and that was like a highlight every show that I got to sing like a fucking kid. It was so
Big
great.
Tits is the highlight, period. Getting to go on and do that number with you was so much fucking fun.
It was amazing.
Yeah.
Kat finally fulfilled her dream of singing Big Tits. We talked about it for months. And she was like, why am I not singing Big Tits? I have big tits. It makes sense.
Talk about manifesting.
Literally.
Don't no. How it happened is not at all any way that I wanted that to happen. God, no. But
you were sitting there like 6 months in advance in a fucking circle with candles, and you're like, I want to go on at the Meisner Park, and I want to fucking sing Big Tits as Snow White and Meisner.
Oh my God, literally not even a drop in my brain. I was thinking much further along than Meisner. But no. I just remember being in rehearsal, me and Val being in rehearsal looking at each other like, why are the 2 people with the largest tits in the cast not part of Big Tits? And we were like, we were just like, we can't even have a walk on. We can't even have a walk on. Just shake them and go.
A shake and go is crazy.
Shake and go.
Shake and go with Ryan and Noah.
Thanks for coming.
But but so for the 2 of you, what was it like coming into this production, like a previously existing production, coming in as a new MD and a new cast member?
Ron, do you want to go first, love?
Sure. I mean, this particular one, usually it's not a problem with like music directing, just jumping in and doing the thing. But since y'all had a different music director prior, there was different stylizations in the music that I would do different than Bobby. Shout out to Bobby Pico. It's
Shout out
awesome.
Bobby Pico.
Phenomenal pianist.
Yep.
Yeah.
But that I think was the difficult part for me was just trying to see like what happened last time. And usually, so like I've only done it one other time, but I like remounted a show with Little Shop of Horrors with Loxton Productions. Shout out to Benji Leon, our boy. And they remounted Little Shop for just one weekend. So like me as the previous and the current MD for that project, I'm like, well, it has to be better. It has to be better than what it was, no matter like in some way, shape, or form. So I don't know what we could have done to improve besides different stylizations and certain things, but like it was just kind of hard to adapt a little bit. But it was also a really fast and furious process. So it was like there was no time to second guess things.
Yeah.
Just going in and just kind of doing, but I love grooving, like and like collaborating with the actors and stuff. So that's why I liked certain things for us to kind of like, I don't want to say improve isn't the word, but just like do something a little bit different.
Spice it up a little bit.
Yeah.
I mean, it's also like the show, every time we touch it, the show adapts and changes. That's just how it is. And so that could be with dynamics. It could be with the feel of things. It could be with choreo. It could be with like the approach to it. So many things. So I think that's just part of the process. Let's just, but I can see how it could be hard coming in because so many of us were part of that existing production and we're used to a very specific way.
A certain way, exactly.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I mean, it was pretty chill. I mean, like all y'all were amazing to work with. It was easier for me to do my job because y'all are just icons. So it was an easy segue.
So Noah, how about you?
It was probably one of the most challenging things I've done in my career so far. I grew and I like showed up for myself in so many ways and learned so much. Like we had to be off book by day 5.
Yeah.
Never learned material so freaking fast. Which is great. Like I'm so grateful that it happened kind of because now I know that like I can do that. Which is great. Now I know, okay, like maybe it won't be as hard as it is, but maybe if it is, I'll still like freaking kill it. And I also didn't know that I was gonna be in like 2 songs that I did not learn because I was only listening and focusing on the songs that I knew I had to sing. So like my 2 solos, Big Tits and Happily Ever After, the finale.
Once Upon a Time. So like those were the 4 songs that I listened to prior to starting rehearsal, and I was like, okay. You didn't know finally and like perfect and stuff, right?
I did not know about that, and I remember Jonathan being like, "And Polka's gonna be here." I was like, "What? She's gonna be where?" I thought she was gonna be backstage, chilling. Okay, cool. Thought it was gonna be a Princess track.
Oh, wait a minute. We had a pun. Oh, shit. Oh, only if we had the bad joke bell at Aaron's house.
I was going to say, that's why that was a ding right
there. Ding. That was a ding.
Oh, we got the bad joke recorder.
You can't even hear it with the speakers. But no, I will. That's one thing I will say, and that's something I thought we would have is this show has no real princess track. Once you're on, you are on. Like you might have like a couple minutes of downtime while someone else is doing a solo, but like you are on. And I learned that very quickly doing that snow portion.
Yeah, you really did. But Disenchanted was a great experience. I mean, I got to do another show with you after so many years.
I know, right?
And I got to do another show with my future husband. I mean, freaking amazing. Let's go. And
I don't know if the audience heard that, but there was a little less enthusiasm after Cat, right? There's slightly a little less, but we'll edit that out, right?
yeah, we'll add
I get to do a show with the love of my life, my dearest Cat Gold, who's just the most fucking awesome person. And
right.
And Ryan.
And my
Ryan.
fiance.
Yeah, too. But you know.
And a water for you, and a water for you.
Yeah. And I also feel like I learned so much in such a short amount of time. And I don't mean lines and songs and choreography. I mean like from y'all. Like seeing you and everyone really, like Sabrina, Shelly, Catherine, shout out to Catherine, Jordan, like all of you. Like I learned something new from just seeing you freaking kill it. Every rehearsal, I really felt like I learned something new. And I feel like in the 5 weeks that this happened, 4 weeks, I don't know, it was a very
three.
Yeah.
Jesus,
I really feel like in those 3 I grew so much as a performer.
Yeah,
it was great. It was a cool process. Yeah, super stressful.
Listen, you were by far one of the best additions to that show. It was fucking awesome getting to see you up there, genuinely.
Just because we're running short on time, I would like to hear one of your funniest stories from theater. No, I remember you mentioning in the last time we recorded a certain Spring Awakening story that you witnessed.
With our good friend Corey Vega.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Shout out Corey Vega.
Corey.
So, we did Spring Awakening in college, at Miami-Dade. That's where we met. I was Ilsa and he played Moritz. Now, if you know the show, Moritz kills himself. And he has this beautiful, heartbreaking, spoiler alert, he has a beautiful, heartbreaking monologue. And the lights are dimming, like the moment is coming, you see it, he pulls out the gun. And this is what the audience hears. Oh! The gun went too far. It was like, oh, the stars, so bright, or whatever the line is.
Oh
and the thing is that the song right after that, it's called Left Behind, very sad song. It's basically us singing at Moritz's funeral. We're all supposed to be, sad. What happened? We were all like, oh. Yeah, it was.
I feel that real nice.
Yeah.
So Ryan, how about you? A funny story that you can tell.
Yes. I mean, nothing crazy. I think the only other thing that comes to mind is when I did In the Heights, where I met Noah. I was the music director for that. We had like a 10-piece orchestra, and Jesse Valise was my keyboard too. Shout out to Jesse Valise. We were like on opposite ends of we were like on top of the buildings, and so it was coming out for like the second time the Piragua guy comes out, and he has like like whatever, that little Piragua song, right? But he has that melody, and for some reason or another, his keyboard accidentally transposed it, and so it was like in a weird key, and it felt like a horror movie for a second. So it's like the Piragua is going to come out and murder some children or something like that. He's like, ding, and Jesse's just looking at me. He's like, I don't know what's happening. Like, I don't know. He's like, he's mouthing it to me. I'm like, he's like, I don't know. I don't know what's happening. And so, but he kept playing it. So it was just like this like weird like horror movie in the middle of in the Heights where he was just like handing out ice cream and popsicles and just ready to murder someone. So that was the craziest shit I think I had musically for me. I was like, because there's no stopping it. It was just like, okay. I was like on the mic. I was like, what the fuck was that? What was that? What the hell was that? I don't know.
Hopefully,
and he
there
didn't have
won't
a
be
talk
any-
back. He's just like,
Hopefully, there won't be any horror intros during the prom. It'll be all good.
dude, I hope not. I'm trying to
Okay.
think where a good one would be.
So that's your next project? Das Prom?
The prom, yeah, music directing the prom. Yep.
And then
right now I'm currently music directing Les Mis Junior with Shane and Amy Tanner.
Please tell the story
Yeah.
about your music rehearsal real quick before we wrap this thing up.
I don't know if that's like I don't know if that's like it's like an edited thing or not, but like I'm gonna say it because it's literally what happened. Because like one of the rehearsals that we had, they're like I'm looking, I'm thinking like I wonder how much they're gonna change in Les Mis Junior from Les Mis Senior, Les Mis AARP. I don't know what it's called. So it came to, and Shane said something where he was like, yeah, I emailed your parents, just want to make sure it's okay with you guys, like to say certain words. Do you have a problem with it? And these kids are like, fuck no, we don't got a problem with that. They're like, hell yeah, we love to say some curse words and shit. Like they're little kids. It's so we're doing Master of the House or whatever the song's called, the Innkeeper song in Junior.
Mhm.
So I'm like, all right, cool, let's check it out. All right, let's go to measure 53. I don't know how to say this. It's because like a bunch of like middle schoolers and like early high schoolers and stuff. I'm like, I don't know how to say. Who's whore one? Who's pimp? And who's sick whore? God, it's awful. But what's crazy is that the responses from some of the kids are like, me, that's me, I'm whore one. I'm whore one. There's so much to say. It's like, I'm whore two, whore three. It's like that scene. It's just like, take me. It's just like, oh my god, what's happening?
I looked at Brian and I was like, why didn't you just say like W1? And he was like, I wanted to, but also no.
It's like I didn't want to like beat around the bush and say like, also we're trying to like facilitate like a professional environment, too. So it's like, this is just what it is. But also it was like a bunch of children. So I'm like, oh God, where's Jarrell?
just ready.
You go to the bathroom and magically, you go to the bathroom and magically there's a sticky note on your fucking sheet music.
It's like, you're fucking done.
If it makes you feel any better, like I don't think it gets better even with adults, because literally when we were doing Rock of Ages, and once again, you have to remember, it's people like me, Thomas, Mike Cartwright, Alex Garcia. We're all in this show together, right? Fools. So, Roger Blankenship is the music director, and I'll never forget in one rehearsal, I forgot, I think it was before the More Than Words sequence, and he literally went in the middle of rehearsal, all right, so let's take it back to makes your boobies hard. Everyone just then.
I love that.
I love Roger. What a sweet little soul. After Heather's rehearsal, he was like, I'm gonna walk a couple of blocks to get a drink. Can you watch my bike? I was like, yeah, I'll watch your bike. So I stood out by the Lake Road Playhouse with Bruno chatting shit, and we were just watching Roger's bike. We were like, all right.
But so like it doesn't get better. So sometimes you get to even when I did Key Boots the second time, our music director Jacob Purdy, he was like, as we were doing Raise You Up, it was the he was like going through the lyrics, if you hit the dust, let me raise you up. If you're bubble bust, let me raise you up. If you're glitter rust, let me raise you up. And he was like, you really have to emphasize the glitter and rusts, because otherwise it sounds like something else. Because otherwise when you're singing, it's like, if your glitter rusts.
Oh shit.
I love that.
Diction is key, ladies and gentlemen.
Dude, Sister Act was the same way, dude. They have they in Sunday Morning Fever, there's a line that said, make your footsies fly. Yay. Put your feet in the air, right? Footsies. Not once did it sound like the word footsies. So like, make your pussies fly. and dude, I remember the first time it happened, Patrick's like, does that sound like? And I'm like, there's no way to fight it. Because there's no way you can be like, footsies high. It was done. That's just what the lyric goes now.
Yes.
Make your pussies fly.
Make your pussies fly with Noah and Ryan. Just the disappointed head shake from Noah. Just fucking
feels like a bad bumper sticker. Make your pussies fly.
You drive past it and you're like,
hearing it, and I was like, okay, progress, but what?
Make them fly, I guess, whatever that means. I don't.
Yeah.
Speaking of bumper stickers, the first time that we all four hung out as a group, remember that car at front of Panera?
I have a photo of it.
Do you really?
Yeah,
Insert photo. That was nuts.
I
like
forgot about that car.
Religious person's car. It was.
Oh shoot.
But it was a religious person's car, but it also looked like so camp. Like a queer person could have done it, but as a meme.
Everything was hot glued onto the car. Like we were like, what the fuck? Like, what is it? Like I got out of the car and I literally think the first thing I said was, that's some nonsense. Like I fucking plugged the shit out of it. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh, that shit was terrifying. We literally walked around that car like we were gonna fucking steal it. Like we were taking photos, fucking touching shit. Like there was a chest
we were
on top.
Fucking insurance adjusters, right? We're just like, oh yeah, this is fucking definitely not up to code. This is a Busch Light
that person
can?
was probably watching us, just like maybe thinking
in the
like
car.
They're getting the word of God, and we're just like, is that like a monster glued on this person's?
Dude, if you brought that shit to Ernie would have appraised it and gave you half a bag of potato chips. That's what Ernie would have done.
Ernie is a fucking car salesman. He's got to be. I don't care what anyone says. When Mike has his full getup on, the curly hair and the mustache, you're not telling me he sells a Ford Focus?
That was so fucking oddly specific.
Yeah.
So specific.
Oh my goodness. All right. Well, I think this is where we take a nice little button to this one. Thank you.
We'll have to do a part 2.
Yes.
We'll have to do a part 2 with you guys.
Absolutely. Because this technically was a part 2. So there's we'll figure it out. We'll get it done.
We'll have more nonsense.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, the both of you were lovely. Yeah. I adore you both.
Hey.
Thank you so much for taking time again out of your day to come and talk some nonsense with us. We appreciate you.
Thank you.
This is very reminiscent of
Michael and Kat.
Whose kid is that?
It's Guido. It's Guido.
It's baby Guido.
Guido. Aluminum candles.
Aluminum candles, aluminum tables.
This reminds me of Code a little bit, like the whole Zoom aspect of things.
We had to bring up the cocoa.
We always bring up the cocoa every episode.
Yeah.
Ryan did the honors.
You're welcome, man.
But anyway.
Consistency is key.
You're welcome, man.
We'll edit that out, I guess.
No, we're keeping that shit in. We're keeping that shit in.
Yeah.
All right. You got to lit much everything. I'll keep it on. Oh, God. That was not a good one.
Fuck.
Yeah, this is probably where we should end at this point. Yeah. We're going to edit that one out, too?
Nope.
We're like, we're done. We're fucking done. No editing.
No editing. All right. On the no editing note, this is Michael Matterdomini.
This is Kat Gold.
Brian Crout.
No Noria.
Thank you for joining Non-Ec Nonsense. We'll be here on your dark days on Mondays. Thank you so much for joining us. Next week we have my lover Bruno Faria on. So look forward to that. And then after that, I'm bringing you up at the end again, Michael Ursua, buddy. We're not going to stop until you do it. So the more that you listen, the more that you're going to hear your
Just
name.
do it.
Yeah.
Just do it, Michael.
Do it. Why
Yeah.
are you so afraid, Michael? Huh?
Huh? Come up here, dude.
They're not even thinly veiled threats anymore. They're just straight up threats. To come on the
Yeah.
podcast.
I was like, I'll see you backstage at Memphis, buddy. All right. So everyone have a good evening. Do you guys have, oh wait, shout out your social medias.
My social media is Noah Mila.
My social media is Crizzy Crout, CRIZZY, Crout, CROUT. My MySpace is myspace.com/Ryan. I'm sorry.
/Ryan.
You're the only Ryan left.
I had no follow-up. I didn't think it through. I'm so sorry.
All right. Well, thank you for joining us for Non-Ec Nonsense. Be happy, be healthy, be safe. No COVID.